Welcome back to my channel. My name is Iman and we are watching Community. This is episode 19 and it's called Critical Film Studies. So I better know a lot of movies here that they're going to show or else I'm gonna fail myself. That's what it is, and I'm gonna be disappointed in myself. I'm excited to see it. I did read the description and I guess it's Abed's birthday, so there's going to be some sort of Pulp Fiction theme, as anyways the thumbnail showed as well. So I'm excited to kind of see if I can guess what movies they're trying to imitate and dress up or cosplay as. And I'm excited. I really need to watch some Community to lift my spirits, and I hope it lifts yours as well, and I hope there's lots of laughs. All right. You can find these reactions on Patreon. I am ahead, as well as the full-timer reactions, and those links are down in the description box below.
It was my friend Abed's birthday. I had met Abed. He'd quote movies, pretend his life was a TV show. He watched Cougar Town. It was as if he didn't want people to like him. This year, mental episode, saying people were made of clay, stuff like that.
Oh, right, that episode.
The restaurant Abed had chosen wasn't his style at all. There were cloth napkins, no TVs. Abed liked chicken fingers, video games, Quentin Tarantino.
Me too.
Jeffrey! Buddy?
Jeffrey!
I like your sweater. Did it come with a golden retriever?
You look good too.
Like
a spritzer.
Abed was being weird. And by that I mean, he wasn't being weird. He was hugging.
Hey, we're running a little bit late. No big deal. Just a small speed bump.
Well, hurry up. We're waiting.
That's fun.
Guys, no.
Oh my god, she looks awesome.
Yes, nobody can hear you.
Well, I'm hot and my balls are touching a zipper.
Oh.
So is it just Pulp Fiction? Is that all? Or will there be other nods to other movies? This seems way more fun.
The expression on Abed's face when he walks in.
I love potato salad.
Yeah, but he's gonna say cool at least 5 times.
Cool. I caught myself doing that recently.
What's in it?
Hey, don't touch that. It's from Jeff, and he says nobody but Abed can open it.
Why? What's in it?
That's the whole episode, is everyone's gonna want to see what's in the briefcase.
Has anyone seen this film we're referencing? Am I the hero or the love interest?
Like, you're the gimp.
The squab.
Very good.
They don't have quail.
Excellent choice.
Richard Ayoade? Wait, hold on. Has he always, did it say executive producer?
Sorry.
Has he always been a part of this
The
show?
last paragraph they said, if you'd like, you could come visit set. Just like that.
Well, that's cool of them. I guess that kind of makes them the Pulp Fictions of people. Man, how great.
You know, and the more I start thinking about it, the less any of it makes any sense at all. And I just want to turn and run, but it's too late because the director's calling action. So is that I have to stop being someone who's ever seen the show and become a character on the show. Become a man from Cougar Town.
And that's who he is now?
I'm learning to walk as Chad. And with each step, it becomes easier. And with each step, I start remembering things from Chad's life, like his first. And then they called cut. And the scene was over.
You didn't want to. Chad wasn't over.
So I said, as I fell to the floor, I pooped my pants.
Oh my god.
But as Abed, I was still alive, so someone helped me up. And the wardrobe lady came over, she gave me new pants. I thanked everyone, I apologized.
I got Abed the best gift. I tell you what it is, but it's an even cooler secret. Britta, you promised that this private...
That cake looks good.
I'll give you all of my tips for my next shift.
Like all the tips the customers leave for you? Wow. Is there any way we can go ahead and spread that out over 2 years so I don't get slammed on my taxes?
Wow.
No. Everyone hates Britta.
You're gonna have to kidnap him.
Of course, you know the real. I'm not leaving here until you've given me my first real conversation.
Yay.
I'm trying to follow this. Trying to follow where Abed is.
You know who has real conversations? Ants. They talk by vomiting chemicals into each other's mouths. They get right down to brass tacks. Blah. Which way's the picnic? Blah. That way. Humans are more evolved. We lie. Not all the time. Alone, that's a lie. What if you're a good-looking guy who calls a phone sex line and tells them he weighs 400 pounds just so he can hear a woman say she's attracted to him anyway?
Well, I don't believe that happens.
Wrong. That's me. I did that last week.
What? Why would you pay a woman on the phone to think you're fat?
Because I'm scared that if I were overweight, that no one would like me. God, that feels good to admit. Abed, the point being... The point
Oh my god.
you don't have to worry about being normal or real or whatever this is tonight. The world is a sick place full of sick people.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something I've never told anyone else?
Yes.
I like where it's going so far. I love the dialogue.
And Will's a man of means. He's with your boy right now having a fancy dinner. Baby chickens, diamond forks, brand name sodas. Then bring him back here, give him whatever's in there, and that's that. Troy who?
Why is this changed? Was the devil on his shoulder? Oh no.
Is that what I think it is? It is. Certificate of authenticity.
The light bulb.
Jeff got Abed the actual briefcase from the movie Pulp Fiction.
Damn.
Chang made me open it. He seduced me with his dark Chinese powers. Why do you leave him alone with me?
I have a job on the line for this stupid party, and the least you can do is not ruin it.
Oh no. A freaking chorus.
Dude, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but you are a bad friend. I'll kill you!
And honestly, once the shame and the fear wore off, I was just glad they thought I was pretty. God, this is incredible.
Jeff.
I mean, why can't people be like this? I mean, what's wrong with this world? What do you want?
So this is what you're doing while we wait.
Go home, Pierce. The party's canceled.
Pretty gay. Pretty gay.
Is a thong.
From Pulp Fiction.
Everything okay?
Yes, just a check, please.
Oh. I'm sorry, so you're ending early? Because in my dinner with Andre, the waiter brings you
Abed.
Mm-hmm.
What's my dinner with Andre?
It's just a movie about two guys talking at a restaurant.
Oh. Okay, I've never seen that.
This wasn't
Real.
a real conversation. You were doing another movie?
A movie about a real conversation.
Aww.
That shouldn't matter.
This is why we don't hang out.
Well, thanks for getting me fired, jerks. The party's over.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man, I really wish you two got along better.
Oh, no juice.
No juice.
I'll give you $1,200 for the damages if you promise to give Britta her job back.
$800 and she stays fired.
Deal.
Did you buy it from Willie's 100% authentic cinema treasures on eBay?
Yep.
Yeah, Willie exaggerates. I got Indiana Jones's real whip from him. He moves about 70 of those a year.
Oh, good.
It wasn't about making me happy. I chose my dinner with Andre because it's about a guy who has an unexpectedly enjoyable evening with a weird friend he's been avoiding lately. Everyone else is growing and changing all the time, and that's not really my jam. I'm more of a fast-blinking, stoic, removed, uncomfortably self-aware type.
One, sometimes emotional breakthroughs are overrated. And seriously, I need you to keep a tight, heavy lid on the little Indian girl story. Sure. Tight, heavy lid.
Still friends?
I need to watch the movie. The movie, what, Andre, Dinner with Andre? I've never heard of that. Maybe I'll do a reaction to it.
Surprise.
It was Abed's idea. The group had stayed behind to salvage the party.
Aw, I want to
The
do a
waiter had
Pulp
felt bad.
Pulp Fiction party.
As parties go, we'd had better parties and we'd had worse parties. But I doubt I'll ever forget my dinner with Andre, dinner with Abed.
Aw, this is a sweet one.
Abed, please. Allow me. Okay, thanks. Let me see. That's not good.
Oh man.
I said market price. What market are you shopping at? I'm going to run. Me too. Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let me look this up. So, I mean, it's interesting. It's the same, well, I know the actor Wallace Shawn. I don't think I know Andre Gregory, but it's interesting that it's their names in the movie and they're using their real names in real life. You know what? Why not react to that at some point? I wonder. It sounds like a really cool premise, and the party, like, so it was interesting that like Jeff set this all up for Abed to make Abed happy, and he saw that he was being probably distant for a while. For like Abed said, it seems like they've been distant, and or he'd been distant from him, and Abed really was doing that for Jeff. At the end of the day, Jeff was like, this was actually really, like, I'm happy I had that dinner, because he was able to open up, and because it's funny, he sees the world in the way I see the world. I see it in the way he sees it. Like, it is a very sick place, but there's beauty in it. But I do think like most people are just faking, and it's not, I don't know, or they're just not aware of it. And it's like, I think your childhood will definitely make you see the world differently. If you grew up in a place like where it was a very stable childhood and people gave you support, love, all of that, you see the world in a more a glass half full type of perspective. And people like me and Jeff and others like that, where it was more unstable and up and down, you see the world more as a dangerous place. I don't think anyone is more right or wrong. I think it's true. I think there's danger, sickness, and pain. And then there's beauty, happiness, and joy in the world. So it's good to have that mixture of people. I always think, like, sometimes it's annoying for me because when I am around certain people, I see that they're just like not looking at reality, and I just want to talk. Like, I just want a real conversation, kind of like how Jeff is basically like, I just want to talk, and having people just, it's like it's all the topical stuff, and no one wants to go deep and just talk about like stress, like what we're going through, and then but I think like that's fine. It's like, I think having good conversations, topical conversations, they're fine sometimes, and I think having really deep ones are important too, and having dark ones are important, and funny ones where you were just cracking up, because I do all of that. But with Abed, he learned how to interact with people through TV, and I also can relate to that too, because I don't remember having a lot of conversations with my family. I think that they saw children as kind of these kind of, we're just dumb children, not in a bad way, like not in like they think kids are dumb, but in a like, we can't hear what they're saying, we can't comprehend it. They didn't understand that children are we're all human, we're just small. And so I heard a lot of things I probably shouldn't have heard, and I saw a lot of things I shouldn't have seen, and but no one was directly speaking to me in like, how was your day, Iman? Here, like, let's learn how to conversate. So what I did was I was in front of the TV all the time, and I watched Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Scooby-Doo, like everything and all of it. Bewitched, I Love Lucy. I used to watch all kinds of shows like that. And basically, I learned how to interact through watching people and how to communicate through watching people. And so I understand Abed because he's probably more on the extreme than I am. And I know he's a fictional character, but they do a really good job of explaining like someone on the spectrum and also someone who grew up watching a lot of TV and using that as a language and communication. It's much easier to talk to people when it's about movies and it's not really about like myself, although I'm learning to, with this reaction channel, like, or just doing these reactions and having these discussions, they've actually helped me to talk about things in my own head. I guess it's just an interesting learning curve that I've had for like the last few years, really. Because I think there's such a difference between Jeff and Abed in this episode, the conversation they had and the way that they saw things. But I can relate to both sides of that. And there's like this thing that when I'm saying one thing and then it's not adding up, if that makes sense, even in my own head, because I can relate to both sides. And so I'm like on both sides of the spectrum of like understanding. I'm just having a moment in my own head where I'm like, God, what the hell? I just understand Abed in that way, and using a film or TV or music as a buffer to just have conversations and also to mimic and imitate. I think I did that a lot, and I think I haven't done this in a while, but it's something that happens. But when I watch something, I do take on the character's vibe, if that makes sense. Like, I remember just if I was into, I don't know, Sister, and maybe I really liked Tamara and I wanted to be like her, I related to her, I'd take on those characteristics, and then I would start acting like her or talking in like similar manner, in a similar manner, and that would happen when I would watch movies. And then I would also taking on the persona of the character you're watching, and that was something I did, I think, as a kid a lot. And then in my teen years, I think that like I moved away from that, but I definitely will pick up on things, and still. So it'll like things just kind of rub off on me. I mimic things. It like let's say my best friend, she'll like do like a little like laugh that maybe she does like a hee hee, something really loud, and I can't help but to do that, go hee hee. Like I can't help it. If someone says something in a way that I find that's fun or peculiar, I like to say it and do it. And it's just natural. And but I'm trying to, my brain is all over the place today because it's been a stressful day, but I hope that this is kind of making sense. I'm saying I relate to both Jeff and Abed, and I don't think that you need to have one or the other. I think it can be both. And I like Abed says, he's very self-aware, but he understands. So it's hard I think it's a really hard place to be when you're self-aware, but he's been self-aware for a very long time. I think I was very self-aware as a kid, and then that was conditioned out of me, and I went into like fantasy La La Land for a while, stuck in depression because, hey man, nobody likes Iman. That's how it felt. Like nobody really likes the real me. And that's why I look at Abed as someone I really love, because he doesn't care how he acts and all of that. Like he is who he is, and he's come to that acceptance. And there was a time for me that I just didn't and like even recently, like I'm trying to be more open about it. And I think and I have to be, be careful, I guess, what I say, but sometimes your environment isn't the best, and it, like, for me, like, I couldn't find myself, and like, even though I was on the journey of trying to find me again, my environment was not helping me, and I had to move and then go on my own and live on my own. And then I started to like find bits and pieces of myself, the puzzle pieces, find get the diagnosis, like, oh wow, that's another thing. Okay, masking. Oh wow, yeah, I've been doing that. I didn't realize that. Holy cow, that's done a lot of damage to me, and I'm exhausted. And then finding that I'm still masking around people that I don't know. It's just like, yeah, it's an interesting thing, because you kind of have to, yeah, you have to be who you are, and there's only one of us, and we're all uniquely who we are, and it's so important to be able to be that way. And a lot of us who grew up similar to me, and a lot of you can relate and a lot of you can't, and that's fine. But yeah, when you're just told and also just shown like who you are is not good, I don't like being around that, you need to change. And then you learn quickly. I mean, we're smart, we learn. Kids are smart, they learn. And so it's just like fit in, and then that just slowly kills you. So yeah, I liked this conversation, because I think Jeff really doesn't have those open and honest conversations. It's really, and maybe it's because he's been told like he's too negative. I don't know, because I know he does see the world in like that way of like, cut the bullshit, like let's just get to the point. He just says, he's very blunt, and I do like that about him. I love people who are blunt and just straightforward. It helps me in so many ways. And it's like people who kind of dance around things confuse me, and then it doesn't work for like the way my brain works. It just confuses me, and then there's like all this like tension, and then I'm just like, wait, are you mad at me? Are you not mad at me? Do you like me or not? I don't know. Now I'm so confused, because my brain works in like a more straightforward too. So yeah, I think this episode was a little slower in a good way. This was great, and I guess it's like the movie. Like, I'm sure that movie is slow. Dinner with Andre, just sitting down and talking. But it's cool to just sit and listen to conversations like that, real ones, and ones with your friends that you have maybe been distant from. And I love that. I mean, that's really what I like with my friends. I just love getting to, we don't see each other all the time, but when we do, we'll spend hours just talking, catching up, talking about our struggles, our goals, funny topical things, past stuff that we cringe at or we laugh at, what we want for the future, just stuff like that. That's the stuff I really like. And so I don't know, it's interesting how watching conversations like that on a show would be entertaining, but it really is. But yeah, I'm not sure how all of this sounds. This weekend's been a long weekend for me. And so what I notice with my brain is that it's hard to talk. So when I'm well rested, not stressed, I speak more clearly, and it's easier for me to see. Right now I'm having a hard time. Like, it's hard to formulate my sentences. It's hard to find words. So that means I'm in that place of, not the burnout, but it could be like a burnout in a way, but I get into the place where I'm just like, I can't even talk. So like after I do reactions, I'll that kind of the whole day I'm just quiet afterwards because it's just too much. That's how my brain works. That's how it works with the spectrum, and it's just, I need to talk about it more because people need to know that this is a thing, and people need to know that like if your friends are on the spectrum or autism or whatever it is, neurodivergent, ADHD, please understand we're really trying hard. We're working overtime, and we want to be present, but sometimes it's a lot. I mean, it is, and we're just trying to, but we love you, so we're trying our best, but it actually really hurts. And yeah, if we're quiet or we, not texting back or calling, that's because we need breaks. We need to recharge. Anyways, I hope that this all made sense. I feel like in my mind, I'm like, wow, this was all over the place, but I'm having a moment right now. So you get to see it. You get to see me be a little more on the insecure side and a little hard on myself, maybe. But it's just kind of that frustration of, I want to say what I want to say, and I don't want to be misunderstood, and I want it to come out clearly, and I can't do it right now. It's taking energy that I don't have. So I'm like frustrated. I really liked this episode. I always love Abed. I always love Jeff too. I love their friendship, and I do want to react to Dinner with Andre. So at some point I will. So look out for that. We'll see when it comes out, but it will happen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.